Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll work with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory grades. We're continuing to work through grade 3, so if you grab your grade 3 Music Theory and Practice workbook, we'll be ready to crack on with that. There are lots of resources available to help you if you go to my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you find some free PDF information sheets which will look like this. They're available in US letter or A4 and they'll accompany each step of this series. So all the information that you need to know will be incorporated in this. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and if you go to my website you can access the information about the books I have available. If it is that you're working towards your theory exam, you'll find I've written a book, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam, and it's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for that exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually in the exam room. So if you go to sharonbill.com, it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to the channel so you keep updated. And so let's crack on with Music Theory grade 3, and we're moving on to section B. So if you turn to page 6 in your music workbook, we're going to move into major keys with 4 sharps or 4 flats. So I'll refer to this as section B because in the theory PDF sheets that I've got available, if you refer to section B, that will all be there for you. So don't forget, this is building upon the information in grades 1 and 2, so all of those scales will still be included and we're now just adding an extra few onto that. So we're going to be looking at the major keys of 4 sharps or 4 flats. So we'll be moving up to E major. So we'll need to have C major, which has no sharps or flats, G major, which has 1 sharp, F sharps, D major, which has 2 sharps, F and C sharp, A major has F, C, G sharp, and E major is the new one, which now has F, C, G and D sharp. So you can see we're continually adding an extra sharp. The flat keys will be F major, which has B flats, B flat major, which has B flats and E flats, E flat major, which has B flats, E flats and A flats, and our new key in this grade is A flat major, which is B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats, and you'll see that again we're just adding an extra one each time. And each of the key signatures, we'll get used to drawing them, needs to be drawn in a particular position on the stave, so you just need to get used to writing those in the proper position on the stave, and we'll be looking at that again. And so let's move on into your workbook. So if we turn over to page 7, that will start to look at this series of scales. Now, just like in grades 1 and 2, the major scale always has semitones over numbers 3 to 4. I'll just jot this down. And 7 to 8. And that's just building upon what was already discussed in grades 1 and 2. And the major scale is always the major scale, so that is always the same. But we need to add the new sharps and flats to these new keys to make that scale pattern still work. So if you have a look in your PDF information sheet, you'll find the key signatures there to help you. Eventually you're going to need to learn these off by heart, and there are lots of ways that you can do that, but for now you can just peep on here if you like to begin with. And so E major, of course, must begin on an E, and this is where we're working in the bass clef, and we need to add F, C, G, D sharps. Now I always remember the order of sharps. I was taught 5 cats go down and then the poem continues, so F, C, G, D. So we know that E, F must be sharpened, G must be sharpened, E, F, G, A, B, C must be sharpened and D must be sharpened, and then the brackets over the semitones is 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8, and it's as simple as that. Don't forget, when you're coming downwards, when you're descending, the semitones of course are 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4 to 3. So you've just got to reverse the process. So perhaps if you want to press pause, have a go at this yourself, and then we'll come back to this together. I hope you've had a little go of that on your own. It doesn't matter if you've got it wrong, it doesn't matter if there's some mistakes. You should always be working in pencil, so it's easy enough to erase an error if something hasn't quite gone to plan. So A flat major has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, and then we add on afterwards D flats as well. And I always remember that it spells the word bead. And A flat major has all of the BEA plus one extra. That's how I remember the key signatures. So A flat major must begin and end on A flats. We're in treble clef now. So it actually looks like we've got 5 flats, but that's not the case. We've just used the A flat twice. And so carrying on, we know that the B flat must also be there. So is the D flat, A, B, C, D flat and E flat. There we go. And then we've got our A flat to finish with. So you can either work up the scale that way, or you can go in order of the key signature and go B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats. Either way, whatever works best for you. And then of course now we need to draw the bracket showing the semitones 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8. And so now we're in bass clef and we're going to reverse that process. So it's still B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So let's work through it in order of the key signature then. So B flats, there's our bass clef B. Remember the flat comes before the note, because if you were to play this you need to know it's flattened before you play it. If you put the flat afterwards it's too late, the note's already gone by. So we've got B flats, E flat, remember it gives all cows eat. A flats we have at either end of the scale, and then D flats is here. If you find that you're reading a clef that you're not familiar with, maybe your instrument doesn't cover this particular clef, there's nothing wrong with actually writing the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, just to help you. You can always rub them out later if you were sitting the exam. So just do whatever it takes to make this as manageable and easy as possible. I will just rub those out now. Perhaps it'd have been better writing them underneath, because we now need that space to add the brackets to show the semitones. So now 8 to 7, because we're going backwards, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now E major, we know from before, has got a key signature of 4 sharps, F, C, G, D. So let's go in the order of the key signature. E, F, C, remember the sharp comes beforehand, G, we're in treble clef, D, and then we have 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4 to 3. There we go. So that's our new keys introduced to us. Now the key signature has to be written in a certain way. In the previous grade we had B flat, E flat, A flat. It makes that kind of diagonal pattern using the highest one you can without using a ledger line here. And so D flat must be this one, not this lower one here. So it makes that diagonal pattern. So you just get used to recognising that instantly. And so if we just jump ahead, it would look the same in the bass clef, however everything's dropped down a line, because there's our B flat on the second line, E flat, A flat is the lowest space now, and D flat, because we're just transplanting that pattern down into the bass clef. So let's look at the treble clef E major. We've got F, C, G sharp, that was from the previous grade, and now we're just continuing that diagonal pattern with the D sharp, F, C, G, D. And so to transplant that into bass clef, everything drops down a line. There's our F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp's the middle line. There we go. Try and make sure that the line or the space goes through the centre of the shape of the sharp or the flat sound. Just try and position those accurately. and that now introduces the new key signatures of A flat major and E major with 4 sharps or 4 flats, and we'll look into the next bit in the next video. I hope that's been helpful to you. If so, if you can give me a like, that would be fab. Subscribe to my channel so you keep updated. Please do go to sharonbill.com. It's all there for you to help you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.